Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 108th session of Speak Up Club. It's a pleasure to have you all again and again with us, joining for more learning and sharing your perspectives with us, as well as getting to learn from each other. Today's session, the poster you must have seen, talks about count your blessings. And this the whole session will be majorly about how you get into a mindset of counting your blessings. Because I feel it is quite easy to say that we all are blessed. But how many times in a day, a month, or in a year do we really agree to it and live into that state of positivity where we keep counting how blessed we are? I am not going to go into any technical stuff or keep telling you that you have this and others don't have this, because that is something which has never worked for me. How much ever I try to think that I have much more than what others have, still an urge to have more doesn't go that easily. But one thing which I absolutely understood from this experience was that the day I start to change my mindset to being more positive towards things, my life changes for better. And like every other concept that we have shared in this, we also have a process to this. We also have what all we need to keep in mind. Today's session is going to be more about collective wisdom, wherein we will be sharing our experiences and listening to perspectives from others on the same experience. And I would request all of you, in lieu of time, because we have only 1 hour, I'll request all of you to please explain your situation the way we are going to discuss further in a very crisp format so that everybody gets a chance to speak and also share the perspectives. So let me first tell you why and what is this whole positivity concept all about. Not going into technicals, but I'm sure that all of us want to feel joyous, want to feel happy about the things happening around us. But is it really that easy? Is it really that simple? And all the more, does this positivity word, which is given so much of importance, really affect our life? As far as I have experienced the situations wherever I have felt positive, I have felt in a good health, I have felt being in good relationships, and I have felt being more productive in my work. And that's why this whole concept I am bringing up to you. One thing which I understood while I was reading about it was that the best way to go into a mode of positivity is by broadening our perspective and building a mindset. I'm going to share around 8 to 10 steps with you. Each step we will be discussing with your experiences over it and make you understand of how these processes help us develop this whole positive mindset in a long term. But one thing which we all need to understand is, like any other concept that we have discussed till now, this will only and only work for you with practice, with conviction, and with an acceptance that you want to work on it. Otherwise, I can keep sharing aspects with you with no effect at all. So let us go to the first concept, which I understood was the intentions on an everyday basis that we carry. I'll give a brief about what I mean, and let me ask you all to share your experiences on this particular aspect. So if I ask you, take a few seconds and think of how you have been today, how you have felt about the day, and when you get up or when you're ending your day, do you feel energetic? Do you feel happy? Do you feel healthy, strong, or do you feel loved? Or on the other side, do you feel exhausted, irritated, frustrated, or most of the times you're trying to find out what you really need, what you really did in that particular day? Was this day even worth? Or in a situation where you really don't feel like being in that day at all? And let me hear stories from you as to how your day has been, or any particular day where you felt really low or really happy about what was going on in your mind at that point of time. So we can start as I see on the screen. Uma ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. every day is a blessing to us. There are many people who don't see the next day, whereas we are blessed to see that day means we are blessed. So God has a reason for us to be alive. That is what I think when I open my eyes every day. I have got one more day to live. And in what way can I make this day better? Oh God, you have given me this day. What am I going to do with this gift of this day? So when I ask this to myself, I feel I should contribute something to that day. And I thank, and recently I attended a workshop on attitude of gratitude, where we are asked to write at least 10 ways or we are being grateful for, and also to tell 10 things uh, we are blessed with, and the affirmations like I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm powerful, whatever you feel like. So when you, I have made it a habit now to write uh, the 10 affirmations and the 10 gratitude things. So like brushing our teeth, it has become a habit to me now. So when I do that, I feel energetic, and I feel that I should do something, I should contribute, and I make a to-do list. What am I going to do that day? So at the end of the day, when I look back, I feel I have done something. So I feel energetic. Yeah.
That's great, Uma ma'am. Okay, let's listen from Dinesha. Dinesha, you're there? Okay. Let's go to Sri Krishna.
Yeah, for me, today, like it's about today or like any day?
Any day which you want to share about.
So,
any regular day of your life.
it's not getting any ideas like.
Okay, so for example, Sri Krishna, you were sharing that you're trying to go to office and you're facing some issue with the work from home and off the home kind of a work. So that's a problem of your regular day, right? That you're facing.
Yeah. So yeah, in that aspect, I would say work from home was a blessing for me even today. So other than that, particularly, I'm not getting anything right now in my mind. So
no problem, Sri Krishna. Okay, how about Ellen?
Yeah, actually, I am redefining my life actually past 1 month actually. What and all mom and told the similar thing on a to-do list. What and all actually I used to get up 6:30 or 8:30 like that. Nowadays I'm getting 5 a.m. So like that I'm redefining what and all I'm getting blessing means I'm self-talk I'm doing to myself actually. I'm spending good time with my family. I will not spend time with my family earlier actually. So I will office or something like that. Now I'm putting multiple alarms, get out from office or something, different alarms actually. So drink water or have food actually. After 5 or 6 only I come to know I've not had food like that. So those things I'm actually now working on that one. Now I'm enjoying my life, I can tell actually. That blessings I have nowadays actually. This is past 1 month I'm redefining what and all you told, right? That last time I'm rebuilding that one. Those also I'm doing actually. That goals and everything, I'm break it out small things. Again, how that practically it's impacting to me and my family. Those things I'm into now. Again, by communications, those things I'm working and enjoying myself. That is my blessing, I can tell. Thank you.
That's great, Ellen. How about Bikash? Bikash, you're around? Can you unmute? Okay, he seems to be in a situation where he cannot unmute, but no problem. So why I asked this particular question is, whenever we start a particular day, it matters a lot of what we are doing with that particular day. Most of the times, you can just go back to any regular day that you have had. It is filled with routine. It is filled with a lot of negative thoughts coming to our mind at that point of time and the things we are telling. From my personal experience also, there were situations where I was just telling my mind, I'm not good enough for this. I can't do smallest of the things. I can't keep things on time. I can't go cook good food. I can't take care of probably my relations. I can't take care of this, that, so much more. And we keep doing consciously or subconsciously, we keep doing all these words. But one simple technique, I'll just tell you a few steps that you need to do to actually change this whole process. As soon as you get up in the morning, and this is something which I am also trying to do and apply now, and that is why I wish to share this with you. As soon as you get up in the morning, the first thing which you need to do is the one word of the day. Now, what is this one word of the day? Because obviously we don't like longer stuff. If I ask you to meditate 5 minutes in the morning, you'll be like, I have no patience for it. One word of the day means one affirmative word that you rotate in your mind for the whole day. For example, if the word says strong, the first word when you get up in the morning, you will use that word strong, as Uma ma'am said, as a positive affirmation kind of a thing. You will use that particular word. How will you choose that word? It's quite simple. If there has been any problem wherein you have been emotionally, socially, psychologically, any which ways, have been feeling weak the previous day. If you are feeling weak about your health, use that word to be good health. If you are feeling weak about emotions, tell yourself about a word called powerful emotions. Anything which you have seen or faced the previous day, you will select that one word and you will keep rotating that word at least after every 2 hours, consciously to your own self. That will help you to come every 2 hours out of that negative mindset, even if you're going into it. Even if your day is not going good, that will be one thing, that one word that will get you back every 2 hours from that particular situations. So which means you will at least be telling yourself 10 times that I have powerful emotions, that I am strong, that I have good health. And that will psychologically start affecting your mind altogether. There was a very beautiful thing which one of my mentors told me, and I was quite surprised to see how that thing works. Even I've heard through a few of the psychologists this particular thing who told me, even if when you're in your worst anger, worst frustration, irritation, anything, just carry a fake smile on your face. That way, your mind tries to understand that you're absolutely not stressed with it, and it works to calm itself down. Initially, I thought, how stupid is it to really carry a smile without even feeling like smiling and getting into anger? But that thing slowly started working out for me, because I just breathe deep, I smile, and after a few seconds, my anger levels actually come down. And it gives me a more positive look or the calmness towards any other subject. So the same way, these positive words every single day, use a different word that will help sink into your brain, continuously thinking it so many times. Going forward, what you also need to do is, this activity is for the end of the day. Okay, at the end of the day, before you go off to sleep or before dinner, anytime when you get time, write 5 beautiful things, situations, events that has happened with you on those particular days. Any day. If you feel 5 is too much, you can write 3, but I prefer 5. Why? Because most of us think and believe that we are not having a good day, but when you really go back, at least 5 things would have happened which would have been on a positive side, even on the worst day of your life. And when you try to find out those 5 things rather than focusing at the end of the day on what has not gone right, you are sleeping and going to bed with a positive mindset that yes, something good did happen in that particular day. Last but not the least, what you need to do is, we all have heard about self-talks, right? But is it that easy to, when you're in your worst stage, telling yourself that everything is going fine? Is it that easy? At least in my case, I found it to be really, really difficult to tell. When everything was in a mess, it was difficult to tell that even I'm having a normal life, I can control my anger. This was a tough task for me. But as I started building it, it was more about whatever has happened in the day, I will tell myself in the self-talk that, see, everything was going wrong, but at least this thing worked out. It's okay if things were going wrong, but at least this thing worked out. And these can be as simple talks as, I feel healthy today than what I was yesterday. Probably I am trying to change my life. Probably I am trying to dream, and that is why a resistance is coming. Probably I am stronger than what my negative day was all about. It can be as simple as I am powerful, I am capable, I am confident. So what if I'm having a bad day today? So let's listen stories from you wherein you have felt that it was a really, really bad day. And let's try to find out from that particular day, what one positive thought you could have brought out, which we did not do at that point of time. Okay, so let's start with Akanksha.
Yes, ma'am.
Any bad day which you had, Akanksha, try to pull out one good thing which happened on that particular day. First, tell us what was that bad day, and then try to pull out one good thing that happened on that day.
I'd say today.
Any day is okay.
Yes, today, because I got a little sick and all. One good thing that happened. Can I say the release of a new episode of my favorite show?
Can be anything which gives you that comfort of being in a positive zone.
Yes, today it wasn't really good, but a new episode of my favorite show is released, and I put it for the end of the day for me to sleep satisfied.
Correct. Okay, how about Bharatji? One day which was a worst day and one good thing which you can get out of it.
There are many bad days. Fortunately, there are only good days now. First of all, let me show the book, Attitude of Gratitude. Just now, Umaji mentioned it, and I have the book here. It's called Attitudes of Gratitude. I'll just switch off my virtual background and show it to you. Wonderful book, one page for each different emotion. And just read one book. So the best thing happened to me was two things. I started going to a Sangat, positive, positive, and positive. They talk only positive. And they don't talk religion, they don't talk anything, only positive. Self stories on a topic. So something like a Toastmasters. Second best thing happened to me was Toastmasters, where everyone said 3 good things, 1 suggestion. Nothing is bad. It changed my perspective in life. Today has been a very, very good day. I've been at the swimming pool since morning till evening. In between, I changed my clothes, went out, came back. So fortunate to be blessed in this circumstances. And I broke the ice with my daughter today. We were having some tussle and we have a day out tomorrow. And so many good things are happening. There was a challenge today. There's still a challenge. My wife is struggling. I will not say struggling. She is facing certain challenges. We are trying to support her. At times, we also get frustrated. So trying to find a way to do that. But overall, in the end, when I see this wonderful message on the group, and I am here, this is another good thing which is happening just now.
Thank you, Bharatji. Okay. So I'll ask one question to all of you, and let me, you can raise your virtual hand or speak about it. How many of you feel stressed about anything in life, about any people, relationships, anything? You can raise your hands, you can unmute and speak, anything is fine. Okay, Ellen feels that yes, he feels stressed. And I'm sure that even the people who are not raising their hands, one or the other time they come into a situation where they feel stressed, right? Do you think there is really a way out of stress other than meditation, other than all those things which we do? What do you think about stress? Stress seeing daughters rewrite everything. Okay. What about others? What is that one thing you feel stressed about? Ellen, Shri Krishna.
I can tell my office task actually. So actually how others 10 to 6 all will be there, right? For me, not like that. 24/7 I need to answer. Wherever I'm going, I need to bring my mobile. I'm going to some hometown or somewhere. First, I will check where is the location. Usually what all will check, what are the good locations are there. I'll check the tower coverage is there, like that. So like that, I will, some internal stress is there for me. Actually, I need to answer after that. Wherever I'm going, I'm taking my wife or not, I need to take my mobile. So like that, some external pressure actually is there for me. So I'm trying to figure it out how I can reduce that one. But actually, unknownly is there actually. Nowadays only I'm actually sitting and talking to myself that I come to know what and all stress like that is there. Unnecessary stress. I'm figuring it out how to reduce like that.
That's great. How about Sri Lakshmi? Any
I'm
situation where you feel stressed?
Yeah, so I think in this busy world, we feel anything which multiple tasks which we have to do. So there we figure out we found the stress. So being calm and quiet is the one way I feel we can come out of this stress. That is how I actually do. So though so many things come to my side, I will be calm and quiet, and I'll do one by one only, not spending all the tasks in one time. So that is how I come out of it. But we always face stress, whether it's a personal friend or office friend. So even personal friend also, yeah, if we so morning when we wake up, our kids says to go school and we have to cook food, and even maid comes and we have to give something to maid, and husband also tells that I have to go office. And so all these things, even from our office side, we may have a meeting to attend at 8:30. So these are all actually we get into stress. So we have to balance that. So
Right. Okay, we also have Ahmedi. Ahmedi, your perspective on stress.
I think my stress is my phone. As always, I have been looking at my phone. So my mama was got anger on me because of that. So I think my phone.
Okay, so let me put a perspective in front of you. How about we change a perspective towards stress? So whenever next time you're feeling stressed, you're feeling overwhelmed with something or exhausted with something, why don't we try to stop for a moment and connect that stress to what is the value of that event? Okay, it might sound quite difficult at that point of time, but if you really look back, most of the times it will be either our work, our kids, our commitment towards our relationships, or probably the external factors affecting into our personal life that causes the situation of stress. And as soon as we are into stress, we immediately go into a negative mindset. Why is it happening to me? Why am I suffering with all of this? Why are people like this? And that frustration starts building. How about we start thinking in a very different manner? Whenever we are getting stress, let us take the stress as a signal. First question comes into our mind: does this thing really matter to me that much? Right? The first step that you will do is the same way where I had told about the design thinking concept, that you go into that flow of design thinking. Similarly, the first step you follow as soon as you get stressed is this thing really valuable to me? 50% of the things that cause stress to us would absolutely be not that important. For example, somebody who has stopped the car in the middle of the road and we are getting angry about it, it has nothing to do with my life. I can really take a right turn and go. But still, we will get angry and we'll start shouting or honking the horn for that person, right? There will be very, very small things that the maid came 15 minutes late. It is a mess for me. Or probably the kids are doing something in the house and it has caused excessive stress for me. But does that event really is that important for me or not? Second thing, what we start doing is that we start reflecting on the source of the stress, or the outcome that you will gain by not going through that stressful situation. So for example, taking an example of Ellen. Ellen, right now you are in a state where you feel that if I am going from my home to my workstation, it's not a comfortable zone for me. Working from home was a very comfortable thing for me. And that is why every time you step out of the house, because you are focusing more on that source that I have to go out, I have to go out for work, that is something which is continuously causing stress for you. How about you change the perspective there and say, this work is important for me. When I go out, I get to network with people, which I was not able to do at home. I get to step out of my house into the world. I get to meet new people, right? And I also get to grow much better than what I would have grown in the house, because I see that competitive environment in front of my eyes, which is making me grow. A small change of perspective, as soon as it comes, that stress hits you of going out, a small change in your thought process, that this is for growth. This is actually supporting my growth rather than hampering it. And it might be a short-term thing. Once I grow from here, I can actually shift into something better. Why not give it this much effort? The moment we start kind of thinking and taking stress as the path to growth, our body starts responding in a more positive way towards that source of problem, right? Rather than focusing on the problem, it actually boosts the impact that stress is creating. It boosts the impact that positivity can be created in very high stress situations also. So one thing which I call it is reframe your stress. Okay. So as soon as you're in a situation, you are reframing it. You're selecting an alternative mindset where your body tells you, oh, this is so stressful for me. You're actually telling it, no, it is not stressful. This is my step to growth. And trust me, it looks like it won't work, but you can try this thing practically in very simple situations and apply it and try it. How big difference will it make to your stress altogether? Other than that, let me also tell you that one thing which causes stress or negative thoughts in our mind is how much meaning are we giving to a particular work, and how much meaning that particular work is giving to me, both the situations. So let me hear your stories of any work which you do. Tell me 2 works. One where you're doing that work, but you don't find a meaning in it. You don't find that kind of a zeal to do it, that it is adding to my life. And one work which you are doing or not doing, or you wish to do, where you feel that you will get that meaning for your own life. Okay, so let's start with anyone can start speaking. Maybe Akanksha.
Yes.
So one work which you do but you feel is not adding meaning to your life, and one work which you really feel would do or add to the meaning of your life.
One work that isn't really adding any meaning would definitely be studying, because I'm not going to do anything with this physics knowledge in the practical world. The thing that is helping me out is working on something specific. So I think that's helping me in gain more knowledge and insights.
Okay, great. How about Sri Krishna? Sri Krishna, you're there?
Yes.
One thing that is adding meaning and one thing which you are doing and does not add meaning.
One thing which is adding meaning, again, for me, it's about investing. Be it due to inflation, they are saying a bear run is coming and all. But the thing is, it has been my interest and it is my interest till today. So I think that is adding value to my life. No matter how much stressed I feel, whenever मैं एक चीज करता हूँ, जब भी घर आता हूँ ना, I come with so much frustration. पहला एक इन्वेस्टिंग वीडियो देखो, बाद में जो करे वो करो, तभी थोड़ा माइंड शांत होता है. So that is one thing I would say is removing stress for me.
And what is that one thing which is absolutely not adding meaning to your life?
कुछ नहीं, आधा घंटा और 1 घंटा कैब के लिए वेट करना.
Okay.
That,
It's genuine. There's nothing wrong in it. It's a genuine thing. Okay. How about Mohit?
Yeah, actually, one thing which is not adding meaning to my life is driving. I spend a lot of time driving. So I think that is not adding any value to my life. And one thing which will add meaning to my life, but I'm not doing is I feel waking up at 4 will add a lot of meaning to my life, but I'm waking up quite late.
We've heard a few stories here which talk about different things which add meaning to your life and a few things which don't. Now try to connect the same thing to the previous point of stress which I have said. So for example, Shri Krishna, waiting for that half hour of cab, does that add to your stress?
actually, that is my stress. See, the thing is, because of the lack of planning and all, half an hour, like sometimes I feel annoyed. And the worst part is वहाँ network भी नहीं रहता, कुछ कर भी नहीं सकते. Oh, the addict failed to fire. That's even annoying. 30 minutes we have to wait. अरे कब जाएंगे kind of thing. So that is the right now the challenge I'm facing is with the cab only. Abba, it's the feeling. Abba, it's taking a lot of time. So yeah, I am going to office from 2 weeks only, but 2 weeks खराब हो गई because of cab issues.
Okay, so let's try to take his example and work on how you reframe this stress and what you can do about it. Now, we always will be, see, all the things that are adding meaning to our life will never get into a negative mindset and never get us into a state of stress at all, right? Even when he talks about stops creating a stress for a temporary moment, but that is a positive stress because he wants to grow in it. When we face things wherein the things are not giving any meaning to our life, the only way to reframe at that point of time would be to equip us with situations where we use these instances of negative stress, which I call, into converting into this betterment situation kind of a thing. How about Krishna? You download a video of investment and keep it in your phone every single day. When you come back home, download a video on investment, keep it there with you and keep watching it. Do you think that still that half an hour of waiting will actually be a stressful situation for you? Even when you don't have a network, you can always see a downloaded version.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. So what happens is when we see a particular situation that it is a useless situation for me, I am absolutely not getting out of it. We need to again reframe, alternate it with a thing, a substance which gives us meaning. And that's when we will actually be reducing the negative factors which are putting us into any state of unpleasant situation that we really don't want to be. Most of the times we are so focused in counting the negative things that we have that we forget how we can substitute the same things with the meaningful things that matter to us. For example, Akanksha says that I don't feel the enthusiasm towards physics. Now, physics, Akanksha, so sometime whenever you get time, try to do this thing. Pick up a concept of physics. Try to substantiate that same concept into the real life world, the work that you are doing. We all talk about, I'll just talk about the simple concepts of, how push and pull happen in things and all that kind of thing. How you can substantiate the same things and use those concepts into a real life world. When you start doing that, it initially will be very difficult because you will not get to know of what to connect, where to connect. But once you start doing it, even that physics will not be a stressful situation for you. Rather, you will try to pick up that concept instantly and you will know where to apply it. right? Then it will stop boring you and it will start attaching itself to a more meaningful part of your life. So the only thing which you need to do is reframe the negative part that you're facing right now, substitute it with meaningful situations or meaningful things that give meaning to your life every single time you do it.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is,
Thank you.
and this is what I call the best day mindset. Why the best day mindset? Because every single time you are in a stressed out situation, you will reframe it, substitute it with something meaningful, and you convert that situation into your favorable situation. And isn't that the best day when we are having everything which is favorable to us? Right? Everything which is going according to us, everything is happening that we like, we are able to substitute it to what is going wrong. So that is why this best day mindset really works for us. Now, last but not the least, I would say this is something which has really worked me is this I had also talked about in the session on design thinking. What we need to do is to convert from problem to solution, right? Similarly, when it comes to the negativity and the positivity part of our mind, we equally need to substantiate the negativity into an alternative mindset, which is called a substitution mindset. So every single time from the morning till the evening, for at least 15 non-stop days, you will be substituting every thought, not the event, every negative thought that is coming into your mind with a parallel and equal positive thought. I'll tell you how. So for example, right now a thought comes to my mind. I don't think my session is really useful to you. Or I get a thought while doing it that I really don't think I'm doing good or I'm adding value. When I get this negative thought, at the same point of time, I will actually substantiate and parallel it with a thought which says, I might not be giving 100% value. But if out of these people, one person is able to change his mindset, is able to get something better and more meaningful, I think this session was helpful. And this substitution or parallel thought building, you have to do non-stop for 15 days with every negative thought coming to your mind. It's an alternative and parallel mindset building, right? So let's kind of try to apply it on each one of our situation. So probably Uma ma'am, tell me one negative thought that you keep getting in your mind. Any one negative thought that you keep getting in your mind, or which you got in today or anytime in last 1 hour.
Today there was a, what do you say, star speaker session where I had to talk on a particular subject about junk food and whether it should be banned. So I was not sure whether I will be able to give my 100% and whether I will be able to do justice to the topic. But then I said, it's okay, I will give my best shot. And then I went and gave my best. So when such things come.
Umaji, I'll just interfere a bit here. So I'll just pick up this first part because this is the common thing which we all try to do. I'll give my best, but let us substantiate it with something more powerful. So right now you said that the first thought, negative thought came to your mind is that you might not be able to do justice to that situation. Now, if I ask you to build a parallel sentence to it, not this sentence that I will give my best, a parallel sentence which is right opposite to the thought that you have just now said. What can that one parallel sentence of power be?
It's okay if I'm not able to give my best shot, but I will do whatever is possible. I will try my best, or okay. I will participate.
Think of something more powerful. I know initially it's going to be difficult because we are not tuned that way. Yeah. But try something more powerful.
I'm showing up and I'm taking the stage. That itself is a great thing. So what if I don't win?
It's a good one, and that is something which also gives you positivity. How about you tell yourself, I might not be adding 100% value to it, but I am sharing my perspective, which might be useful to a few people there. This way, you are reducing your stress from your own self. This way, you are convincing your brain that, so what if I am not doing my 100%, but I am still adding value to something which I have a conviction for, right? So try to have the most powerful thought. It will take time to build. That is why I said 15 non-stop days, because that's when you will start giving power to your alternative mindset. Okay. Ellen, what would that one negative thought that you keep getting?
Yeah, even actually, I'm working 100, not 100%. I'm working something there. I will actually, I can put extra effort. Actually, I used to think someone is there asking means I can tell I have done perfectly like that. I have doubt. But nowadays, what I am doing actually, what best actually I'm proactively I'm doing. So before I do on the spot, nowadays I'm proactive doing. I'm getting the satisfaction. I worked a lot, so I put my maximum effort on that. Whatever work, for example, office work only I can tell. Actually, reason most of the times I'm in office. So office work I used to do. I felt before actually. On the spot I had done. That time I not get satisfied. Now I'm doing proactively. I worked much.
But what I'm asking is any one negative thought which you instantly get in your mind. For example, I'm not good enough. For example, I'm not doing my best. Anything, any one negative thought.
Yeah, actually, I'm negative thought means my communication. Actually, I'm thinking actually I need to communicate best. So like that, I'm getting the negative thought. Actually, reason I'm speaking some couple of top end people. That time I felt actually my slang is actually there. So I need to unlearn again doing. That is my present actually parallel is coming actually. Wherever I'm doing, even I'm doing best also, I'm on doubt. I'm doing my best or not there. Like that, I'm getting that.
So if I ask you to think, so this was your negative thought, okay, that I am not good with my communication. I'm not great with my communication, whatever you want to call it. If I ask you to build a parallel thought which overpowers this particular thought, what parallel thought can that be?
Parallel thought means actually I'm working on my communication daily basis. So I have improved a lot. So I'm giving my best. Compared to the earlier, I'm getting a lot of feedback. Also, I'm talking actually. I'm utilizing a lot of vocabulary and a lot of things. I'm getting some good things. So I'm thinking actually that yeah, I'm doing my best actually nowadays.
Right. So the same example, I'll take what Ellen has taught. So here he had a mindset wherein the first thing that was coming to his mind was that I'm not good with my communication. What he needs to do now is every time he is standing in front of people where he is feeling that I am not good enough with my communication, the first thought, Ellen, that should come to your mind as an alternative mindset at that point of time should be, it's okay if you're not good right now, but you're much better than what you were before. You have grown so far to be better and you are still doing it. Right? So it is basically affirming your own mindset about negative not being good and good being what needs to be taken care of. Right? So this is something which probably you can also try. Now you might be thinking why all these things have been counted in a session which talked about count your blessings. Because whenever we go on to counting what is happening in our life, 99% of the times, we will be counting the negatives that has been happening because we do not have a positive mindset towards things. And why I understood this was, I got a call from my friend. How are you doing? And this is very common. I think most of us do. The first thing I reply would be, yeah, I don't know what is happening to my life. I don't know how is it going? I am irritated with everything happening around me. I don't know why I've got this kind of a life, why all the tensions come to me only. That's what made me thought as to where is this blessing thing missing. The blessing is not that you have got a Ferrari or a Jaguar or an Activa or what. The blessing is not whether you have a big house or a small house. The blessing is not that you're getting food every single day or not. Those are your natural blessings, which we keep counting also at times. But the actual blessing which you need to count every single day is every single thought, positive thought, taking over your mind. Or is it every single day a negative thought taking over your mind? Right? We all talk about an attitude of gratitude about every single thing. And I know, I understand that concept. But will that attitude of gratitude come without you feeling positive about things happening around you? No, right? And this process which I have told you about, I will just repeat in brief, and then we'll listen to your stories of what you feel about this perspective. The first thing which I had talked about was one word in the morning. What it is going to give you is an affirmation, is a thought for that particular day. You have to repeat it every 2 hours, that word which you want to tell to your own self every single day. Pick up this word from the previous day's event that has happened, because that is the most recent impact you will have on you. Right? You can change it then and there rather than telling the same word after 10 days and trying to change it. Second thing which you have to do is the self-talk, or work on your daily intentions. Right? Daily intention means whether you want to focus on your negativity or whether you want to focus on the positive thought that you're putting in your mind every single day. In this process, you will try to, towards the end of the day, write 5 things of beauty, 5 things of goodness. After all the thing that has happened in the day, even if it was your worst day, write 5 things that happened well or good in that particular day. It can be as simple as you getting a good cup of tea. As simple as that. But that will not let you sleep with a negative mindset, rather will keep you affirmed that it was still something was happening better. Right? Last part of this particular section is the self-talk. You keep telling you that this is not as bad. Right? You can just tell simple words like, I am dreaming. So what, it is not getting fulfilled now, but at least I am dreaming about being somebody, or probably doing something which you love doing, or probably just telling that I am powerful, I am capable, I am confident, or anything, any affirmation which you want to tell to your own self. And this you have to specifically do when you are at your lowest point on that day, when you're feeling the worst in that particular day. And that is what this substitution of alternative mindset, which I have just talked about, substituting a negative talk with a positive one, this is what will help you in this part. Last but not the least, stress to be reframed. Stress to be reframed, to take it as a step to growth. First, filter out whether that person, that situation, that event is really important to you. Does it really make so much of a difference or to your life or to the meaning of your life? If not, filter that stress out. Keep the stress which you really feel is an important part of your life and reframe it as growth. Right? If you are getting stressed, for example, we took an example for Sri Krishna where he is getting stressed out in that half hour. Substitute that state of stress with something that gives meaning to your life or something which you love doing, so that the time you spend on that stressful state starts shortening. So these are the processes which you can, the easy, simple, everyday processes. It's not that it will start from the very first day. It might just happen for 5 minutes on the first day. But if you keep increasing that 5 minutes to 8 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, in 15 to 20 days, you will start feeling that difference in the total negativity to positive shift that you will feel. Right? So these are a few points which I think would help you in converting and counting these blessings, the blessings of positive mindset, the blessing of being stress-free, the blessings of finding that meaning to your life, and the blessings of being into a state of calm and happiness. So these were the few points which I had to share with you. Now let me listen your perspectives or ideas about this whole concept that we have talked about. We can start with Mohit. What do you think about it?
Yeah, Pragya, actually, I really agree to you. The thing is, I have an example to share. Back in my college, I had missed out an external exam. So in that, during those times, like 6-7 years back, I did not have a phone. So I was eating biryani at my home, and suddenly after 3 o'clock, I got a call from my lecturer saying that, "Where are you? You have missed your exam." So initially I was stressed out that I missed my exam. But later I thought that what can I do about it now? Anyway, exam is gone. So let me complete my biryani. So that way I like, okay, whatever happened, happened. But whatever will happen for good. So that way I just continued. So I converted that and I reframed that, and I couldn't do anything about it. So it's no point actually at me trying to worry about it.
I guess that's actually a great thought, Mohit, because rather than telling you of what went wrong, just tell yourself what's done is done. You can't change it, but what can you do better to make that situation worthwhile? And he actually substituted that with biryani. So I think he made it absolutely worthwhile in that sense. How about Sri Lakshmi? What's your perspective?
Yeah, ma'am. So actually, the one perspective you mentioned, right? So the Ellen's point of view. So I think implements to my side as well. So basically, when I reach to new people, and when I reach to people who are in a higher grade, either mail or direct communication, I little bit fear. Actually, that fear itself keeps me in stress. So I think anyways we are building our skills. So what we have to think is, I am better than yesterday. So that is how we have to reframe our thing, and we have to keep it in a positive manner, whatever we are doing.
That's great, Sri Lakshmi. And one thought which I would want to share here is on your perspective, which might help you out. Whenever, what we do is that we try to parallel two people at different levels. So for example, somebody who's on a managerial level, we try to parallel that we are not as good as them. This was a beautiful thing told to me by one of my mentors. Never compare my present with your present, because my journey might have started 10 years back, whereas your journey has started just now. Right? So that is what you need to keep in mind whenever you fear, or when you are in a state where you feel that, oh, I'm not as good as somebody who's to my next level, or even your parallel, somebody, your colleague. You would never know where they have started their journey. So just count where you are and whether you are being better than yesterday or not. If you have that thought in your mind, it will reduce a lot of your fears in that perspective. Okay, how about Bharatji?
My daughter is sitting with me, and few minutes back or 1 hour before, she was telling me that she's not as good as me in networking. I can make friends, and even my younger one, on the street, she can stop someone and make friends. Very simple. And we have done it multiple times. So I just told her one thing. We were as shy. We had all those difficulties as you are facing. One by one, just keep on doing it, and you will just think that tomorrow I'm going to be like me. Simple as that.
I think, Balaji, just to create that positive mindset, which I would suggest here is that all she needs to think right now is she's trying to come out of a comfort zone, which needs a lot of power for all of us. When we try to come out of our comfort zones, it needs a lot of positivity and a lot of power, which has to come from within. And the only thing which she needs to keep in mind right now is that I am powerful enough, and I'm taking smaller steps, but I'm taking them ahead.
Perfect. So I'll pass it on to her just now.
Yeah, that's all, because I remember being in a state where I wasn't comfortable talking to people, where I wasn't comfortable even being in the outside world. That stage came at one point of time. When I started going out again, it was a fear, it was an anxiety that used to build in me. And I wanted to rush back to a more comfortable zone or my home or away from people. But one fine day, what I started doing was that just be there, even if you're not speaking. Let that anxiety of talking to people pass. It takes around 1.5 minutes for that anxiety to pass. If you bypass that 1.5 minutes and you take a break there, you will again go to a negative loop. If you stand there for that 1.5 minutes, that's when you will start gaining that comfort. That's when that positive thought will start coming in. That's when you'll be able to hear what people are speaking, and that anxiety, that negativity starts going down. And this thing has really worked for me. Okay,
I want to give you another example. The other day when you had that table topic where we had a debate 1 minute for
yes,
1 minute,
yes.
and I was very uncomfortable, very, very uncomfortable. I wanted to do it. I thought it was a great idea. I wanted to do it wonderfully well. I was not confident. I thought you are doing so good. I cannot be that. Fortunately for me, I created a big, wonderful PowerPoint, some lovely design, everything done. And I asked you to join me. You couldn't. Then I asked someone else to join me, a DTM of 20 years. He joined me and he gave me some confidence. We did it. Fortunately, unfortunately, the meeting got delayed and we had to do only 3 or 4 topics. Point is, as you said, I had that belief, no matter if I'm not going to deliver as good as Pragya, I'm going to deliver much better than in my own style. So that was the thought I had. And I really would like to do it one time together with you in one of your meetings or my meetings. Those topics are there again. So this is the positive.
How about
A very short example from my life. I had a big struggle when I was growing up. Differently abled parent, a differently abled brother. I was the father for my father and also for my brother. At that time, I was always thinking, why don't these go out of my life? Why they are not dead tomorrow? And I had all those horrible thoughts. And then my mentor, Bala Subramaniam, he said, Bharat, why don't you see the beauty of it? You got these challenges because you have the hands to handle them. Why don't other people get those? Because you have the power. So this was the power which took me along, and these are the positive things. Although those thoughts come again and again, multiple times for years, and then you were guilty about them. But then again, that positive always came back. Bharat, you are given, you are blessed. You got that power to be helpful for other people.
That's a beautiful thought, Bharatji, and this reminds me of something which I had read, that most of the times the stress, this negativity comes from the mindset where we say, why me? Instead of saying, why me? Why not we try to say, try me? And this is something which has actually changed a lot in me when I started saying, instead of why me, I started saying, try me. And I'll show you how much power and positivity I can hold. Right? So just one thought, whenever you have this thought in your mind, why is this happening to me? Why me? Always substitute it with a positive thought of try me. I'm sure it is going to work really, really well for you. How about Jay Kumar? Jay Kumar, would you want to share some perspective on this?
Hi, good day to all. And first thing I want to say that I joined a little late. I joined around 21:45 only. So, so you were sharing your thoughts and you were requesting others also to speak up. And in that area, this is my second discussion in this particular forum. And I'm from Wipro Toastmaster Club. And I remember you also, you one day you came to our that is a meeting for that unprepared speech. And still I remember that speech called Mask, right? The mask, yeah. So now regarding this particular case scenario, yeah, sorry.
No, so what you have to share is a perspective on how you kind of
हाँ ये है देखो गरम पानी.
complement your negative situations into a positive situation.
Yeah, negative situation first be calm. So always that in life we have two sides like a coin, right? So we are positive and negative, but how good we are. So if we are concerned, if you are very much in negative mindset, try to shift it from negative to positive mindset. If you're not shifting yourself and no one going to help you, or maybe that they will just just they will listen, that's all they'll go. But who's going to suffer, or who's going to if I want to take some reward, if I want to be in success in my life, I have to sit myself and I have to spend some time on my growth. It's not competitor, it's not competition with others, but it's I want to compete with myself. How I was in different situations, how I was handling that those cases, but how to improve those areas. So that people will talk about negative in a different way, but always you take the good thing from that negative points and convert into positive, so that we can able to move much good growth side. So my thing is remove the fear and take it everything casual way and go with the flow and do your better, right? So every day is a good day, right? Don't concentrate on the positive negative area, but concentrate on the don't concentrate negative area, concentrate on the positive area. That's what I want to say in this particular forum.
That's great, Jaykumar. And one solution which he pointed out a very good point, which is about we don't look at a day in a good day, or we are always fearful about things. One thing which you guys can do for that is, it's a very private thing. You don't need to share it with somebody, or you don't need to keep it with somebody. But what you can do is take a paper, and this is something which probably somebody, when I was in 11th grade, I remember my teacher telling me this thing, that if you are very anxious about something, if you're fearful about something, or if you're in a situation of deep negativity, take a paper, write whatever is coming to your mind on that paper, tear it off and throw it. Right? And a very intriguing question which I got at that point of time: why did I tear it when I'm writing everything that is coming to my mind? And that's when I got to understand that many a times we don't want to share our negative thoughts with people, but they so overpower our mind that till the time we are able to take them out, we cannot get any positive thought inside us. Sometimes they so overpower our brain. When we write them down, we have taken out, because we could not tell it to somebody else. When we tear, we are out of the fear of somebody else reading it. Right? We are out of that state that somebody will read what I have written. And that is why you can just tear that off. It also gives a signal to your own self: I have taken it out, done, and dusted. And that's where your kind of brain will open up a little bit to thinking anything other than that negative thought coming at that point of time. So this is also a practice which we can follow if you're getting something wherein you're not able to share it or change it or think positive about it. Next, can we have Shri Krishna?
Yeah.
Shri Krishna, yeah. What's your perspective about this, the whole thing which we have discussed?
Like that means, I think I can follow it. Like that, of course, as you told मुझे वो that video वाला part, मैं सोचा यार, why I didn't get the idea. I was thinking that yeah, it's a good idea, and जैसे आपने बोला, I just downloaded 3 videos. So that thing I did, and after that the paper idea is very nice. तो कुछ 2-4 गालियां लिख देंगे और और टेर करके फेंक देंगे. It's a good idea. So I think that in that way, as you said, वो frustration निकलता. Generally in frustration I shout. Shouting से तो ये बेहतर ही है. I felt that. So in that way, it's a it's a best session, and I learned many things. And I feel that the previous session, the challenge which I had in implementing, I feel in this session, I feel that I can implement this in this way. So I got my answer. In that way, I like this session.
That's what I said, that this will be more of a sequel of how you can do that particular things which we have talked about. Akanksha, your perspective on it.
Yes, ma'am. So usually I had this habit of journaling and writing it in my mail because I'm too lazy to put it down on paper. I used to type it in mail. But now that you gave this idea of tearing the paper up, I got the idea of deleting the whole mail even from the trash.
Okay, so there's a little perspective which I'll share, Akanksha, here is the way things work when you delete an email. And this is something which I've practically tried. The way it works when you delete an email and when you actually tear off a paper are two different effects, basically, which you get. Deleting an email would not have the same kind of impact of taking it out as you will have when you practically take that paper in your hand and tear it off. Now, if you really are not somebody who would take up a pen and write, and if you can take a printout of whatever you have written, take a printout of your email and then tear it off. You will find the difference which you will see when you're doing it and when you're deleting a mail. You can try with one, and if you really feel the impact of it, probably it might work out.
Yes, ma'am, I'll do that. This is a really good perspective, I would say. I'll definitely
So
try
if
it
you
out.
really don't like writing, you can type it out, whatever you're feeling, just type everything out and take a printout of it and just tear it off.
Sure, ma'am, that's a great idea. Thank you.
So this is my idea on how positivity works. And for the people who have actually gone back to the session about the one which we had discussed in the last session that I have taken about how you kind of get into that mindset of design thinking. If you go listen to both the sessions together, how design thinking works, because one important factor of design thinking is the change in the mindset. If you want more impact of this session and that session, go and watch those sessions together and then see how these two things work amazingly well on the way your life will be after 15 to 20 days. You will start seeing those minimalistic changes. It won't be a drastic change. Tomorrow morning, you get up, you tell one good word to yourself, and the whole day is going to be an amazing day. It doesn't work like that. But it's more of that smaller little process, the mindset that will start changing every single day for you. So this way, I hope I could really add value, or I could share some points which I have worked in my life. I'm trying to work, I would say. We also have Dinesha, who hasn't spoken or wasn't around. If you are here now, Dinesha, would you want to share your perspective?
Sure, madam. I was suffering with fever, cold, so that I thought of not to miss this session. I was kept quiet. One takeaway is like, why me, try me. That was the one good takeaway. And I was like really personally realize what is the benefit of positive thinking. Earlier, I used to like write one page positive affirmation, good things about the day. It was related, it was giving me result in the long run, but now I stopped. With this again, like procrastination happened. Now again, I want to continue.
So one point which I'll add here is that a lot of us have heard, read, and thought about this thing, that I'll write a whole page of what is going good, what is going bad. Trust me, it's a very tedious process. Okay, it's a really tedious task, and after 3-4 days, you will start feeling that, yeah, I already have so much of work, and now I have to sit and write one page of what has gone wrong. I think this can be the most wrong thing I'm doing in the whole day. So instead of writing 10 affirmations that you would want to write for that particular day, try to apply this one word thing and try to think of 1 or 2 or 3 positive things that you would want to tell rather than writing 10, because your mind will not remember those 10. Right? try to write only 1, 2, or 3 for that particular day, so that your mind goes with a positive mindset to sleep and you remember what that 1 or 2 things was. Trust me, if I ask Dinesha what were the 10 things he would have written a month back, he will not remember, because those were not connected to the day or the event that was happening then. Right? So this is some, keep it short. Keep it as short as possible so that you don't feel it as a burden. You can just quickly do it 30 seconds before going to sleep. You can complete it. It's not a burden to sit and write long pages, kind of a thing. So that was the kind of perspectives I had, and all of you probably shared your issues, and I hope you could find your solutions into how you can do this practically. So with this, we come towards the end of the session. We'll take a feedback once we stop the recording as well. But towards the end, I'll try to say it as Rahul says. I'm not sure if I can do it the same way. But Saturday nights have never been this beautiful for the last 108 Saturdays. It's been an honor to be sharing your perspectives and gaining new perspectives. Thank you for the love that you have shown to all of us by coming back every single week. And keep coming every week, adding life to our life and every member of the Speaker family. Thank you all for being here and listening to my perspectives for last 1 hour, I feel. So I'll just stop the recording and we'll be here for the chit chats.